Oh, hello, Internet, and welcome back to the TapStream podcast. This is episode 12, and I have been teasing the hell out of this episode on all my social media platforms. I'm not going to say too much here at the top because I think this is an episode that you just need to jump right into, but this is the very first script that I had ever wrote. It was inspired off a machinima called Red vs. Blue. And I am joined by my good friend DearChristopher to read it. He takes some voices with me, and it is a good time. So I do want to go ahead and make sure that I'm plugging this at the top, and I'll plug it again later. But hats off to DearChristopher, who unknowingly signed up for probably some of the worst lines that he's ever had to read and has taken it like a champ. So mixer.com/DearChristopher, DearChristopher everywhere else. And there's nothing else to say. Enjoy the episode. Oh god, I'm nervous, dude.
Genie in the lamp.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're recording.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set the stage here. I'm gonna set the stage, and I'm going to just completely pull down the curtains. Because for those that are listening to this podcast, they are well aware that I have had aspirations of being a writer. I've never tried to hide that. I've been honest with people about that. And what I have done today is I have gathered my good friend, DearChristopher.
Hey, sorry, I didn't know that was my
Okay.
cue.
No, it's all good. This is only the second time we've ever recorded. I have gathered my good friend, DearChristopher. And what we are going to do today is read through the very first script that I have ever written. Chris, can you go ahead and read the name for me?
To be honest, I just read the tagline for myself. All right. Apples and oranges. Jim and Noodle.
So to give even further context, what this is I was 17, fresh off watching Red vs. Blue, and I decided to write my own machinima. And apples and oranges was the furthest thing that I could think of from Red vs. Blue, apparently. And it is going to be very painful for me to read. But I'm enlisted my good friend Chris here because we are both 3 whiskeys in at this point. And it's going to be a very fun walk down memory lane for me. Painful and fun. So we're going to start... Go ahead.
Sorry, where are we going to start?
I want to read. We're gonna read it all, like, because for those of you, I mean, obviously you guys can't see this. I have like some character details, the settings, and all that jazz. Because this is the very first thing that I have ever written, and I didn't know shit about screenwriting, so there is no form for anything. This is all bad.
I'm excited.
I'm just again, if you don't know what machinima is, if you don't know what Red vs. Blue is, essentially what they did is they took the game Halo and they recorded it and they made movies out of it. So it's not about playing the game, it's about telling stories. And I was inspired by Rooster Teeth and Red vs. Blue to do my own take on that. And that's where Apples and Oranges is going to start. So I'll go ahead and read a little bit here.
Before we read some of it, I just want to ask, what was the thought behind the title?
God.
Because I have a theory, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
From what I can remember, because again, it's Apples and Oranges, Jim and Noodle. Jim and Noodle are the 2 main characters. And the idea that I guess that I had, if you could call it an idea, was that it was these 2 polar opposite characters working together. And Apples and Oranges was, that's the phrase that people use when they say you can't compare 2 things. And so Jim and Noodle are 2 things that you can't compare, and yet they are paired together on this adventure that sprawls 5 arcs that I had written.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. Okay, so my theory is that it is a subconscious title that lends itself to how similar it in fact is to Red versus Blue.
That is also true. I'm trying to remember what 17-year-old Trey
Oh God.
We
I'm so excited.
listen. We talked about this beforehand because if you guys listened to last week's episode, we just did an interview with DearChristopher, very same person. We're doing this, literally recording this back to back. I had said that this is a look at a very lonely and upset 17-year-old Trey who is taking a stab at doing anything creative for the first time. So again, there's two characters. I'm trying to figure out, how are we going to do this? Are you going to take one character and I take one character, or are we just going to alternate line readings?
I don't know. I feel like I could be Noodle.
Okay, I'll be Jim.
Okay, well,
it's a role I was born to play. So I'll go.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'll go ahead and start. So, and again, this is just, I wrote like little details about what this episode was gonna, or this arc of the story was gonna contain. So, primary characters.
Were you just trying something, or did you like read a book and it said you have to do this?
I was just trying something. You know what this is? I got my MacBook for the first time and I opened up text edit. This is
and
written.
just wanted to type.
I just wanted to type. Oh man. Well, I guess I could say this too. This was a joint effort between me and another friend, Jonathan, and the idea was, because we both wanted.
I didn't know that until now.
Yeah, we both wanted to write a machinima. At this time, I think the only thing that I had written privately was just like very angsty Zanga posts. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna write an episode, and then you write the next episode based off what I've written, because we obviously knew how screenwriting worked. And this is my first stab, and eventually, God damn, I just got so. I remember thinking that we both came to the agreement that I was so good at this that I should just take over the writing. Okay. All right. So we're gonna read the extraneous details here. You know what? Here's what I just thought of this. I'm gonna read it, and if you just hop in whenever you need to clarify anything.
Okay. So I have a free pass to interrupt.
Free pass until we get to the dialogue.
But I'm still Noodle, right?
When we get to the dialogue, you'll be Noodle. So I'm just going to read the details and everything. So first off, primary characters, Private Jim, Private Noodle. Secondary characters, unknown. Setting, unknown. So now we're getting...
Spooky.
Now we're getting to character details. This one's on Jim. Fought alongside Master Chief. Due to not listening to orders, Jim was sent back to day one training as punishment for his actions. Detail in his history are to be revealed later on in the series. Preferred weapon...
You guys did a great job separating yourselves from Halo and Red versus Blue.
Thank you. People can't see this because it's obviously audio only, but I capitalized day one training because I think that's literally what the place was going to be called.
Oh, man.
So, preferred weapon, shotgun. Other information. Known to be breaking rules and doing things his own way. Shows great leadership skills, but the power goes to his head. Continued later. So that's as clear as I got with my characterization of Jim.
So did you intend to later on in the writing continue that? Or did you intend to just come back to, is that like a personal post-it note for you, or was that like...
I think that was just like setting the stage as though the viewer would ever read these notes.
Again, man, I just wanted to type. I saw the oblique button and I wanted to make some italicized letters. So.
Okay, all right. So Noodle, the second titular character, new recruit, ends up going to the same day one training facility, again capitalized, as Jim. Noodle was recruited as any other normal soldier, but is sort of different from the rest. Very lacking in skill and practically everything else. Has abnormal amounts of luck.
His superpower.
I feel like Trump wrote this. Preferred weapon. Loves rocket launcher or anything heavy artillery, but ordered to always have handgun due to it not being too destructive.
Why is handgun capitalized?
I don't know.
Oh, it's like handgun's a character.
Again,
like handgun has like inner dialogue with new.
I just want to say, again, I keep saying this is 17-year-old Trey. 17-year-old Trey should have known his fucking grammar.
Hey, I knew you, like we became friends when we were like 8. You were 18, so I feel like you probably didn't change much from 17 to 18. I remember you sending me apples versus oranges.
No, apples and oranges. Don't get me sued by Rooster Teeth.
That's I remember you sending me apples and oranges unironically.
I sent everyone this. I'm embarrassed.
It would have been in my Tinder profile had I been able to leave it there. I remember getting this like unironically. I remember you sending this to me. And I that makes it seem like I thought it was funny at the time. I didn't. I remember looking at it and being like, oh wow, this dude writes. So I'm going to choose to believe that you knew what you were doing at the time, and there are reasons you capitalized handgun in day one training.
No,
I love it. I don't care. I don't care if that's not the case. I'm doing it because I think it's gonna make so much more fun for me.
Okay, final note on Noodle. Other, known to be unserious a lot of the time, short attention span, random behavior, lucky.
Did you get unserious from a dictionary?
Shut up. Okay. All right, now we're finally getting in. Again, I guess I decided to write the title of the screenplay again. Apples and Oranges, Book 1, Training Camp, Chapter 1, Day 1 Training.
Wow. That's like a sequel statement amount of colons.
Oh, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3 colons in there.
I don't know if sequel statements have colons, but...
God knows. Setting, training facility. I'm pretty sure that is the level in Halo 3. That's an actual map name.
Setting, Blood Gulch.
Can you do me a favor and read this internal note?
I sure can. Internal note. This episode won't be very exciting. Lots of speaking. Introduction of Jim and Noodle.
Okay, again, this is literally the first stab at writing, and I'm already apologizing.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man.
Oh, God. All right. Character number, 6 characters. For this episode, we will have to shoot all shots with Jim and Noodle first. Then we exit game and shoot all the shots with the Corporal. We will edit them together to make it look like they're all there at once. We will start and stop the game as many times as need to get the shots we need. So that's just me noting of what we would need to do to actually machinimate this.
Proof that you were not taking any chances. Like you were going to make sure that everybody understood your thoughts before they ever even spoke to you. Like assuming a team were to consume this document, it was like, you know what? No bullshit. We're going to get these shots. I love it.
Okay. All right. So
I'm sorry. One more thing. You wrote another script called For Sale.
Yes.
And you were very good at making it a legitimate script. Like it's a screenplay, right?
Right.
And it's formatted as such.
Yes.
So I remember getting For Sale and thinking, this is so legitimate. So by proxy, I can only assume that what you have now put in front of me is legitimate.
No.
And so I understand that now, but I keep thinking like, do people do this? And it's delightful. Every single time I think, no one does this. Like, no one's combining these things into one document. And it's so awesome to me to see that you're both delivering official and unofficial color commentary in between scene settings. We haven't even gotten to dialogue yet, have we?
No, we're about to. I'm going to read this little, I guess.
I'm going to stop talking. Let's get going.
No, you're good. I'm glad that you interject whenever you want, because clearly my fucking thought process interjected whenever it wanted.
Yeah, that might become inefficient at some point.
Oh, God. All right. So you're going to actually have the first line. I'm going to read some stage direction, if you will. Okay. Starts off with a panoramic view of the beach. When we hear a distant scream, that's it. We zoom in on a Spartan running away from 2 elites. The Spartan runs into a corner, trapping himself between the elites and the rock. The elite walks slowly towards the Spartan, both wielding swords. The Spartan crouches and starts to sob. This is Noodle.
Yeah, I just had to get the format of how you're describing dialogue. Stop! I'll save you!
Elite turns and looks around for the source of the voice. A sniper shot is heard and the elite falls dead to the ground. The second elite, stunned and scared, hesitates for a moment and runs behind a rock. Camera zooms in on a set of feet walking slowly. As the feet continues walking, camera zooms back out and slightly upward, revealing Noodle and the Hayabusa armor wielding a battle rifle with a sniper rifle hitched on his back. Noodle motions towards the rock. Oh, God.
That is a rock. I am a hard place. Prepare to see how hard. Hard really is elite. Wait. What? Okay. Hang on.
No, okay, go ahead.
I am not a voice actor, but I feel like I want to give good impersonations of what I assume Noodle to be.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm reading this for the first time, and
Fuck you! You told me you read it back when we were in high school.
I mean, listen to me. What I'm getting at is I'm saying that I didn't rehearse this. So if I read some dialogue and I say it and then immediately say, "What the fuck did I just say?" That is so pure because I don't even know. I can't even like convert what I just said into a phrase. Prepare to see how hard really is elite. Can you roll that back and explain what that?
Okay. So listen, I almost feel like we're going to metagame here, but I mean we almost have to, given how ridiculous this is. The way that this was written is that this is supposed to be a dream sequence. So this is Noodle's impersonation of what a badass is. So it's intentionally bad that he is like prepared to see how hard really is elite. Like it's like it's his idea of what a hero is, kind of thing.
Okay. So this is a dream sequence that we're watching,
right? Eventually, again, I hate to like pull the curtains back, but the curtains have been done fucking ripped off. You
felt it necessary to say we were going to start and stop the game as many times as we needed to get the shots. But you neglected to mention that it was a dream sequence?
Listen, I'm gonna keep reading. Noodle then casually walks up to the elite, who is trembling, and smacks him in the face. The elite falls to the ground in severe pain. Sever pain. Noodle leans over.
Now go back to your home planet and warn all your friends that I, Noodle, am the greatest superhero of all time.
Oh, thank you for saving me, says random man. Cuts to Colonel Stewart, revealing it was all a dream sequence.
Yeah, I read ahead and found out that you surprised even the staff making the video. Oh, it's a dream sequence. Ooh.
They'll never see this coming. Colonel Stewart is up and Noodle's face. I think it was supposed to be as up in Noodle's face. This is Colonel Stewart. I'll play his role. Noodle, focus, recruit.
Sorry, sir.
Colonel Stewart backs away and continues his speech. This is Colonel Stewart. All right, scumbags. This is day 1, again capitalized, of training camp. I am not your father. I am not your mother. I am not your family, friend, or foe. Brand new much? I am not your cousin. I am just a man who knows how to feel.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
You ripped the Band-Aid off.
I do not like you. I do not want you to like me. This is war. We are not friends. We are an army of one. For the duration of this war, we will do things together as a team. We eat together. We sleep together. Cuts to Noodle.
Ew.
You have a problem with what I'm saying, scumbag? Am I boring you?
No, sir.
Well, good, scumbag, because if I'm no longer boring you, I will continue. With your permission, of course. God damn it. Cuts to a Spartan walking up, obviously late. Colonel Stewart stops hassling Noodle and looks towards the late Spartan. Well, looky here, folks. We have a late one. So who exactly do you think you are that you can just mosey on in here whenever you want, low life? God damn, the fucking punctuation is killing me. Oh God. Cuts to Spartan, and I guess I'm playing Jim.
Yeah, you're everybody now.
Okay, Captain Jim. Sir, I am Captain.
Actually,
yeah?
You should be Jim, but do you want me to be Jim? Because you're going to be reading to yourself a lot for this.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. All right,
now I'm Captain Jim. I'm no longer Noodle.
Okay.
Sir, I am Captain Jim from the Alpha Squad B, sir.
I clearly had no idea.
Alpha Squad Bravo, sir.
I don't know.
Scumbag.
I don't know if I can make it through this. All right, Colonel Stewart. Oh, Captain Jim, huh? I remember you. The incident at High Ground. Yes, I remember you real well. Well, listen here, Private.
It's Captain, sir.
Oh no, a captain does not hesitate in the heat of battle. A private is a lowlife, much like yourself. He is a nobody. You are a nobody. Now what exactly seems to be the reason for your tardy appearance?
Period, not a question mark. Just wanna point that out.
Again, 17, should know this shit.
Well, sir, you know how bad I am at following orders, so obviously I did not choose to arrive at the specific time you requested, sir.
Oh, a smart one, huh, maggot? Well, we have ways for dealing with people like you. Colonel Stewart hears his radio go off and turns to the side to speak. Colonel Stewart in a low voice. Uh-huh. Now? I'll be back. I'll be there. All right, listen here, maggots. I need to have a word with the general. I'll be back in a moment. Colonel Stewart walks away. Private Jim walks to stand in line next to Noodle. Noodle turns to Jim and awkwardly says,
I'm Noodle again. You can be Captain Jim.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, God. Cut scene to Colonel Stewart and Commander Rios. General Rios. So, okay, how are we going to do this? Do you want to be Rios?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll be Rios.
Okay.
You've got Colonel Stewart pegged. So
Thank you.
I'm going to let you have him.
Thank you.
By the way, I don't think Colonel Stewart has had anything less than 3 sentences per line. He is a descriptive guy. I am not your mother. I am not your father. This shirt is not blue. It is in fact red.
I sent this to English teachers.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. I don't know if I can make it through this, man.
Oh, God, I love this.
I'm taking another swig of my whiskey. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
God, what page are we on? We're on page 3. There's 18 pages of this goddamn arc.
75% of the way through 1. All right. General Rios. Is that a girl's name or a boy's name?
I've undetermined.
Okay. So Captain Jim is back again, huh?
Yes, sir. He's back and more headstrong than ever. Listen, I don't think the 17-year-old Trey had learned the intricacies of representation.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. He's back and more headstrong than ever. And that new recruit Noodle is just as much a problem as Jim is. He's dumber than a bag of shit. He scored the lowest score on the entrance exam in our entire history as an organization. He barely passed, and I'm not even sure how he did that. We can't even reject them. We have to draft law the thing for that.
Oh, man. This guy is dramatic as hell.
Oh, God. Why?
Yes, this will be a problem. The new law prohibits us from rejecting them. However, if something so tragic was to happen to them in training, that would be very unfortunate, now wouldn't it, Colonel Stewart?
Yes, very unfortunate indeed. End episode credit rolls. Oh, God. You know what? Hold on. You know what I just realized? I think somewhere on my MacBook, I still have the theme song I made in GarageBand for this goddamn.
God, if you could pull that up and
oh, fuck.
If you could pull that up and pause the podcast right now and play it and then just send it to me later so I can know like when you edit, just go ahead and pause, insert it if you can find it, and then just send it to me later so I can have it. Because I need a new ringtone anyway.
I have no musical knowledge and no need.
So I was fully thinking you were just gonna like rip something.
No,
I mean,
I played with the fucking drum kits.
Oh. Okay, yeah, dig that one up.
I'm gonna go find it. I can't promise, but I'll look up.
That's got to be on your old MacBook.
Yeah, if it's anywhere, it's there.
Good stuff. Bravo.
God.
I'm excited.
Oh, God. What have I done?
Love it.
All right. Credits roll. We're not done yet. We're not out of the woods. After credits, extra scene.
So what Marvel movies were out when you wrote this?
Iron Man, fucker.
Oh, man. All right. What's the post credit?
Commander Rios.
Oh, me. Team up, Jim and Noodle, and have the reaming.
Remaining.
Okay. Team up, Jim and Noodle, and have the remaining 2 go to the real training. Jim and Noodle will be put through their special training. God, I can't even read anymore.
Okay. So we have a show running decision to make. Because we are at 24 minutes right now. This could be an episode, or we can go and read another episode. How are you feeling?
Oh God, I don't want to stop. I'm having too much fun.
Let's go. Let's read another episode. Let's shoot for an hour.
They're going way quicker than I thought they would.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Even with all my interruptions.
And they're more than welcome. Okay. Apples and oranges. Again, this is all details before the actual writing starts.
Which they were bolded before, and now they're not. So.
Listen, I text edit. Text edit is the equivalent of Notepad for Windows. Okay. Apples and Oranges, Book 1, Training Camp. I literally bought a MacBook for this shit. Chapter 2.
Wait. I thought you wrote this because you had a new MacBook.
Well, I mean, it was like literally the first thing. I was debating whether or not to mention this, because I don't know if this is too gross or not. I am almost positive the beginning parts of episode 1 was written while I took a shit.
Okay. Like, I only think it's fair if we finish Apples and Oranges and we feel like this was worth listening to, that we dig up the zombie book you and I were writing.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, yes, I remember. This is how cheesy I was. Like, if you get to be cringy, I get to be cringy with you. I remember moving into my parents had a new like house they built, and I was still living with them at the time. I drove my car. Oh my God. I drove my car because it was an undeveloped neighborhood for the most part, and it was like just paved. And so I drove back to this like lake in the back of my parents' neighborhood. And I sat on the roof or the hood of my car with my MacBook, which seems to be a theme. And I wrote part of that zombie thing at like 12 o'clock at night, like trying to scare myself enough to writing a zombie
I didn't know
thing.
that.
Yeah, I didn't even. Apparently, I didn't see it necessary to share. So I assume that if we can go back and you're better at keeping stuff. I hope you still have that because I ran across one of yours in my downloads, like buried in an archive in my hard drives, like in a portal hard drive. So I hope I still have mine. And I don't even at this point remember which one I wrote versus which one you wrote, but those would be a short but sweet. Oh God. Anyway, back to Apples and Oranges.
Okay, so I'm going to read some details here. Again, I guess I felt the need in the one text document to rewrite the name Apples and Oranges, Book 1, Training Camp. So I've decided to start calling it Book 1, Training Camp.
He was new to Apple, so he didn't know how to save and start a new file, so he figured just...
Chapter 2, which are now getting episode titles, Just Like Apples and Oranges. So this is where the name, I think, is born from.
Okay.
Announcer voice. Last time on Apples and Oranges. We'll show scenes from previous episodes. Cut to theme song. Again, I will find. Montage of the series. This will run for 30 seconds to a minute. Scene ends and fades to black screen. Pause title screen comes on. Scene opens up with another panoramic view of the training facility, slowly panning until we come upon the 4 Spartans in the line. 2 of which are Jim and Noodle. I think that was 2 of which are Jim and Noodle.
I've seen people confuse A-R-E for the word or, but I've never seen somebody confuse O-R for the word A-R-E.
Shut up. We zoom in on Jim and Noodle. Noodle turns to Jim and awkwardly says, "Hi." Same scene from last episode, but edited in to seem as if this is happening in real time. You're up first. I'll be Jim.
Hi, I'm Noodle.
Hey. Jim quickly returns to attention stance.
Yeah, I'm new here. I like new places, new people, new friends. I love friends.
Jim stays at attention, obviously ignoring Noodle. Noodle continues talking.
Yeah, this actually is my 3rd time in training camp, but my first time at this training facility.
Jim gives Noodle a cautious look.
I knew that wasn't dialogue. I'm not that hopeless,
Okay.
by the way. No, I'm glad you jumped in, but I'm just making myself feel better for whoever's listening. The higher authorities banned me from using any highly explosive weapons anymore. I like explosives. They are fun.
Jim annoyed.
That's
Okay. Noodle, is it?
okay. Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, in some dialogue, you put like noodle and then in parentheses sarcastically or something. Here, you just decided to write Jim annoyed instead of doing it the way you've been doing it before.
Listen, I don't know.
I don't like this because I'm piling it on you.
No, please do.
I know that it's great for you, but I feel like it's just unnecessarily mean. But
Please do.
I'm gonna against
Again,
my better judgment. I'm just gonna keep going.
I can't emphasize how much I believed in this versus how much I shouldn't.
I guess it's an exercise in growth. I don't know what this is gonna do for you, but
I deserve this. Is basically.
I've never heard you cry, so
I think by the end of it we will get there. All right, Jim annoyed. Okay, noodle, is it? Can I look? I have another note. This was started by me and my friend Jonathan. Jonathan was going to voice Noodle. I was going to voice Jim. So when I read Jim, I'm reading me.
You are Jim.
I am Jim.
Good.
Okay.
That's what you meant. All right.
Okay. Noodle, is it? Look, I don't know you. You don't know me. We aren't really close. Please just stop talking. You are annoying me, and the Colonel will be back at any moment, and I don't want to get in trouble because of you, Noodle. What kind of dumb name is Noodle anyway?
Well, when I was a little boy...
Interrupting. Colonel Stewart. All right, listen up, ladies. I've been given orders from the general himself. You four will be split up into twos. You two, pointing to the other two Spartans, you will continue on the regular training. You two, Jim and, Doodle?
Noodle, sir.
Whatever. Jim and Doodle, Noodle being heard in the back saying Noodle, you two have been selected for our new special training session.
Wait. Were you going to play the scene twice?
Well, no, I think what it is.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah. So
got it.
he says Doodle and Noodle corrects him and he goes like obviously not caring. He goes whatever, Jim and Doodle, and then you hear in the background with the frame still like on Colonel Stewart, you hear Noodle go like Doodle.
Because the way it reads, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to think anymore.
All right, so I'll read this over and then we'll continue because you're the next line. Whatever, Jim and Doodle, you two have been selected for our new special training session.
Oh boy, wait. Is this because I blew up the other training places? I really am sorry. It really was an accident.
No, not at all. Wait, you blew up two other training facilities?
Facilitless.
Shut up.
I sort of, kind of, not really all my fault. Yeah. What?
I think it's supposed to be like I sorta, kinda, not really all my fault. Yeah, like that's how that was supposed to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got
All right, so Colonel Stewart, just stay away from any explosives here.
Yes, sir.
And this is Jim. Sir, with all due respect, this special training isn't exactly what I had in mind when I was sent back to day 1 training camp. As a note, day 1 is not capitalized. I thought the deal was come back, get through basics, and I'd be back into war in no time. Not running drills with idiots like Poodle. Noodle heard in the back correcting him.
It's Noodle. Keep in mind, you didn't write the dialogue.
No, I just assumed that we would edit that in. Colonel Stewart. You'll do as instructed, son. If you don't fancy the idea so much, you should have thought of that when you refused to follow orders. Hell, who knows? Had you acted as instructed, maybe Captain John would still be alive and well today.
Remarkable.
Obviously, I had an affinity for names with a J. Jim, obviously in remorse, falls back. As I was saying, you ladies will be split starting tomorrow. You two will proceed to regular training grounds. Jim and Skadoodle here will meet back here for further instructions. Everyone leaves and the other two Spartans shown walking off together. Jim takes off, walking with Noodle behind. Noodle catches up.
Hey, wait!
Noodle catches up.
This is so cool. We're gonna be partners.
We're not partners. Just partners in this stupid training camp. As soon as this is all said and done, I'm out of here. Noodle completely ignoring him.
We'll be the best team of all time. We'll be like peanut butter and jelly, or milk and cookies. Oh boy, I love cookies. Or better yet, we'll be like apples and oranges. Yeah, you and me, Jimbo, we're going places. Places like training camp.
Okay, Noodle, first off, don't ever call me Jimbo. Second, apples and oranges isn't a commonly accepted pair, but in this case, it best fits how I want our relationship to be.
You want us to be sweet and tart, yet crisp on the outside like an apple, yet soft on the inside like an orange? Huh. Wait, this is deep. Oh, I get it. You want to act tough, but together you want to share our feelings. Okay. Well, I'm feeling super happy about being partners, but sort of scared because I've never had a partner. But I'm also kind of bummed because I've partnered with someone, no offense, kind of slow. You know what I mean? And you seem like no one likes you, but that's okay. I like you.
Noodle, shut up. From here on out, no more talking. I outrank you. This is an order.
Sir, yes, sir. Not another word from me. Nope. Silence.
Noodle stops talking.
So, Jimmy Jimster, what's your next order, huh, sir?
Jim walks away in disgust with Noodle trailing behind. End episode. Credits roll. After credits scene. Colonel Stewart. Leaving so soon, General?
Yes, I have some business to take care of at the storages. That's General Rios, by the way. At the storages.
How shall I dispose of Jim and the recruit?
Any way you want. It makes no difference to me. After I'm done, nothing will stop me.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
Sinister.
I know. We're starting to get into some drama.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes?
Don't switch the ammunition tomorrow. Leave in the real ammunition. It must have slipped your mind.
Yes, sir. Colonel Stewart leaves. Can we just take a moment to just recognize this? That apparently Colonel Stewart's job is to replace, like, I guess, what is it called? Squibs? And, like, that are supposed to not damage people. Like, they keep in real ammunition for training facilities until they actually run the training facilities. And then they put in the fakes.
Hey, man. Google must not have been existed or something. I don't know.
The funniest thing about that is that my Google Home just activated when you said that. Okay. How we feeling? You want to do some more? We're at 36.
Man, they're going so fast.
Okay, I'm down.
If you want to, I don't know, if you want to cut these up, we can.
I guess we can. Yeah, we'll keep going.
They're going so quick. Like if you want to edit and then cut them together later so they're easier to take in, I'm down with that, but I'm having a blast and they're going super quick.
You know what's funny to me and I hope happens by the end of this? What? You know how like
we end up making it?
No, I'm hoping that like this blows up and people make it. This becomes a thing that people animate themselves.
God. I would love an animated version of this.
Oh my god. What a roundabout way to get this done. I'm pouring another glass of whiskey if I'm going to make it through this.
Yeah, I've been making sure that I don't dip below a certain level this whole time. Okay. I feel like I have to in order to become Noodle. Or Skadoodle, as I wanted to point out earlier.
I just want to talk about how fucking proud I was of apples and oranges.
You were like, that's not hyperbolic. You were proud of it.
Like I talked about this on stream not too long ago from the recording date of this. I had people fucking waiting for the next episode. Like I remember sharing this. So I feel like I shouldn't be alone in this incrimination.
No, you're not. Hey, look, you told me that I had a free pass, so I'm using my free pass. That's all this is. I am okay. So for one, General Rios, I think it's General. Yeah, General Rios is a powerful woman in my mind.
I think if I were to remake this today, I think that would be the better choice than what 17-year-old Trey made.
So I'm just gonna assume that the Yes Sir is similar to like the TV show The Orville. Mm-hmm. Have you watched it at all?
No.
Because the second in command is a woman on the ship, and everybody calls her Sir for some reason, and it's just like fine, I guess. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna assume that that's the case. General Rios is a woman.
Okay, I'm down for that if that happens. If somebody makes this.
All right, good.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall again. I know Chelsea, your significant other, is listening. What's her response been?
She left the room because I heard her laughing. I think maybe she left because she didn't want to like get picked up on the recording.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, you said something earlier in particular that she laughed at.
She's never read this. She does not know me writing this.
Oh no, like no. She so this is what's funny is she only knows you as described partially by me as a talented writer. So and so she was at a table reading that we had of For Sale, which by the way is good. For Sale is legitimately good in my opinion.
We will see.
So,
depending on how this turns out,
oh my god, I would love to set a microphone up and read that with Chelsea because she loved For Sale as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that'd be a blast, and we can see if it holds up.
You know how that happens? All you fuckers that are listening right now, all 25 potential of you, is start sharing this with your friends and start getting this fucking podcast viral. I'm drunk.
Because Trey was really into Red versus Blue when he wrote this, and I can't wait to show you how into New Girl he was when he wrote For Sale.
And Community. Let's not get sidetracked. Okay, all right.
Oh man.
Episode 3. Oh my god. Here we go. I got some details to read. Apples and Oranges, Book 1, Training Camp, Chapter 3. Did I do that? Announcer voice. Last time on Apples and Oranges. We'll show scenes from the previous episode. Cut to theme song. Montage of the series. This will run from 30 seconds to a minute. So clearly I copy and pasted this.
Yeah, because what scenes? Doesn't matter. We'll just show scenes.
Scene ends and fades to black screen. Pause. Title screen comes on. Episode opens up with a panoramic view. Apparently, panoramic view was the only cinematography that I knew. And
you were handcuffed by the tools you had available to you.
Thank you. Episode opens up with a panoramic view of the pit. Again, the pit is a multiplayer map in Halo 3. This is where training session will be held. Panoramic view ends with an overhead shot of Jim and Noodle and Colonel Stewart in front of them giving orders. Cut to Colonel Stewart giving orders. All right, listen up. This is your first part of training. Basic training. Basically, you two will split up on opposite sides of the map, and you must track and hunt down the other. First one to knock out the other wins.
What do we win, sir?
The satisfaction of knowing that you would still be alive in the battlefield, recruit.
Oh.
Seriously? Are you seriously matching me up against him? What's wrong with Snickerdoodle over
here? Noodle.
What's
and
wrong?
That's not me coughing.
I wrote it. I noted
Noodle
it.
Coughs.
What's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. I'm a captain. I fought alongside the chief, and when the chief embarked his own mission, I led the team to safety through Covenant-infested forests. Now tell me, do you think that this recruit stands a chance against me? I guess we'll find out soon enough, huh, Private? As I was saying, first one to knock out the other wins. Oh, and don't worry about killing each other. The ammo has been switched to a sedative dart. You may begin.
Wait, what, in your mind, what, oh, battle rifles, I see it as I'm reading ahead. I know I'm reading too much into this, but how do battle rifles shoot sedative darts? Is that possible?
Listen. I was fucking handcuffed to my limitations of recording this in Halo 3. I was working with what I had, man.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Fair.
Okay, all right. Jim and Noodle spread out in different directions. Camera zooms on Noodle running away. He continues running until he sees a battle rifle. He picks it up and continues running. Camera cuts to Jim, who is seen picking up a shotgun. Jim whispers to self, "All right, now we're talking."
I imagine him breathing so heavily. All right, now we're talking.
Camera cuts back to Noodle, who is slowly walking alongside the wall. He cautiously looks behind him, then continues forward, when all of a sudden, the Brute poster shoots up. That's actually in the map itself. Where'd it go? Brute poster shoots up. Noodle and Fright unleashes all of his firepower onto the brute, screaming in fear. Jim walks up slowly behind Noodle. Noodle continues his assault, throwing a grenade. I did not know how to spell grenade. 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 That ricochets off the wall behind Jim, lowering his shields. Jim quickly realizes that the grenades, still not nailing it,
Twice.
weren't sedative, but real, and in fear, he screams, "Noodle, stop!" Noodle, in shock, turns around and melees Jim, screaming. Jim is knocked out. Scene cuts to a third-person, over-the-shoulder view of Colonel Stewart. So again, my cinematography is expanding. View of Colonel Stewart walking away, grunting in the failure of the first task. Fade to black. Title scene is shown, notifying that it's been 3 days later. Scene opens up at standoff. So wait, hold on. Title scene is shown. This is just the first act. This is the Apples and Oranges hasn't even started yet.
Oh my god, this is a lot of action. Honestly, in that last paragraph, there was a ton of action packed in that.
Yeah.
Like what? So for one, what the brute poster shoots up? What is that?
So in Halo 3, there was a map called the Pit, and there was a particular wall that if you walked alongside it, it actually shot up. It was a you know how like if you go to the shooting range, you see.
Oh, okay.
You see the humanoid form with the different points to like kind of rank your shooting.
Right.
In Halo universe, they had one for the brute, which was like the kind of like very large enemies kind of thing. So it would be scary. Yeah.
You wrote it so matter-of-factly, but which
because I mean, again, I'm writing this in the perspective that people know what Halo 3 is, because if you're watching a machinima, then you know what Halo is.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Why am I justifying this?
That's you just do you. So that makes sense. So for one, Fright was spelled F-R-I-G-H-T.
Shut up.
Okay, so this poster pops up and scares him. Jim walks up slowly behind Noodle. Noodle throws a grenade that hits on the ground behind Jim and drops his shield. Jim realizes that the grenades aren't fake. Tells Noodle to stop. Go ahead.
I just want to point out that is a limitation of the game. So if you're not familiar with Halo 3, essentially what happens is that you have two health bars, quote unquote. The first one is your armor. And so you lower somebody's armor, and then once that is completely lowered, that's when you start chipping away at their health.
They're like overshield or whatever it's called.
Exactly. And so in my mind, the way that the scene plays out is that you can see that animation reflection with Jim losing that health.
Got it. Okay. And then Noodle hits Jim. Jim gets knocked out. And is he knocked out for 3 whole days? Or I guess we just don't know yet. Huh?
I guess we just don't. I guess what I'm picturing is that Noodle knocks out Jim. And so I guess that has to cancel the training. And so Colonel Stewart is just like walking away grunting in failure of the first task. So I guess in my mind, Colonel Stewart...
Yeah. Is the first task that one of them dies?
I guess so. And so this is kind of like a stalemate where none of them died. Noodle just knocked out Jim. So Colonel Stewart is just like upset about that.
I didn't know if Colonel Stewart was upset as a colonel or upset as the antagonist of the story.
Well, a column A, column B.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so Fades to Black title scene is shown, notifying that it has been 3 days later. Scene opens up at Standoff. Standoff is a map in Halo 3. And it starts off with Noodle saying this.
I'm sorry, I really...
Shut the fuck up, Noodle. I already told you I don't care. You just got lucky, that's all. Do I hear a sore loser? Also spelled looser. Sir, with all due respect, you can't honestly believe that Noodle here knocked me out knowing what he was doing. Half the time, I'm not even sure he knows what he is doing. Scene shows Jim and Colonel Stewart turning towards Noodle. Noodle is running around looking towards the sky.
So,
wait,
how heavily is Noodle influenced by Caboose?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, this is Jim. See, I'm not even sure he realizes we are at war. He's just some unlucky idiot who was drafted. Needless to say, he still knocked you out, and that is that, Private. And that is that, Private. However, you can quit your bitching now because this next objective is a team effort. I said teen. I meant team effort.
Yeah, but you spelled team. It's fine.
Listen, I'm a little drunk.
Hey, that's great. I just, and this could be the drink talking. I just want to reinforce that Jim is supposed to be this badass who fought alongside the chief.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need this for myself is why I'm saying this. Jim was very, like, unluckily knocked out by happenstance.
Right.
Just to make the, just to draw the conclusion.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay. Jim groans. Ugh. Noodle gasping.
Team? Yes. All right, like apples and oranges. Woo woo.
Yes, Noodle, just like apples and oranges.
So what exactly are we doing, sir?
All right. This next task is disabling high-powered weapons. The ammo has been toned down. Keep in mind, these are real weapons. But with your armor increased by 50% and the toned-down weapons, you'll be fine. It'll just hurt like hell.
For a guy who is supposed to hide the fact that he is sabotaging the weapons and he's playing it so on the nose.
Thank you.
For these totally normal weapons with dummy ammo that is not real ammo.
Can I just say that if once this is released, my community is gonna fucking love this.
I know, I'm excited. All right. So Colonel Stewart just said it'll hurt like hell. Noodle. Sounds fun.
Oh yes, loads of fun. However, you will be timed. You two will have 15 minutes to disable the high-powered weapons. However, Noodle, this time no grenades.
Yes, sir.
Scene cuts to Jim and Noodle behind a rock. Both of them are freaking out. Shit, what are we gonna do? There's not much time left.
Why are you asking me? You're the higher rank.
Okay, let me think. You take one side and I'll take the other.
Outstanding. But who's distracting the two tanks?
Scene cuts to an overshadowed two tanks firing on the rock. Jim. One, two, three. Not it.
I mean, not. Damn it.
Okay, it's settled. You will take on the tanks while I sneak around back to disable their locomotive engine. However, they will still be able to shoot, so you will have to get close enough to shoot.
Yes, sir. Can I stop you?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the locomotive engine? Is that really in Halo, or
locomotive engine?
Is that you not knowing what tanks are built? Like,
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait. Okay, please explain what your thought of what a locomotive engine was.
I guess in my head, sneak around back and disable this locomotive engine means that if Noodle gets to the back and starts beating up, which is the pre-established Halo 3 animation, that they can't drive anymore.
Okay, so it's not born out of a misunderstanding of how tanks work.
No, it is definitely born out of a misunderstanding of how tanks work.
That's so funny. All right, go ahead and continue.
Jim starts to walk away. Did you say Noodle says yes, sir? I don't know if we got that, but I'm just gonna go ahead.
I think we did, but yeah, I don't know for sure.
Okay, Jim starts to walk away. The turret rounds can be heard shot in Jim's direction. Jim runs for cover, screaming, "Crap, crap, 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 crap!" Okay, Noodle, new plan. Take on the tanks yourself. I can't get around this turret. I'll have to find another way.
Wait, I can't take on two tanks. Distract, yeah, but
I want to make a pause here and say, apparently these two are like all over the map, but they're somehow talking to each other as though they're next to each other.
Yeah, no, they just keep running away and then like either converging again or
I don't know if it was implied somehow that they had like telecommunication technology or like radios in their helmets. Maybe. I don't know.
You've been too descriptive in the past for me to assume that you didn't think this through.
Right. All right. So here picks up Jim. Do it.
Fuck.
End episode. Credits roll. No extra scene. I think no extra scene is more of a testament to not having an idea of what to have as the extra scene than anything.
Deprivation.
Yeah.
You're just trying to take it away so they'll want it more next time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How you feeling?
I'm still good. We're 3/4 of the way.
Okay.
How many episodes were there?
This is the next episode. That was episode 3. We're getting to episode 4. We're on page 11 out of 18 for chapter or book 1.
We might as well just keep going.
Okay.
How many books are there?
5.
Oh shit.
Basically,
we'll
2019 is set.
Oh my god, we'll never get through it if we don't read the entire book tonight.
Okay.
So let's just aim for that.
Okay.
We're almost there anyway.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Apples and Oranges. Again, I guess I felt the need to write the title. Book 1, Training Camp. Chapter 4, You're One Lucky Son of a Bitch. You're spelled...
Okay, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I just want to point out that you were so ambitious at the top with the bold and the obliques and making sure that the font was changed to different sizes to really command what was the header and what was the body. And now you have given up and you're just throwing like Apples and Oranges, book 1, Training Camp, chapter 4. I'm fucking tired of this. Like that's all like I think we're lucky enough that you didn't make it all lowercase. Like that's how this all, it's like a run-on sentence, but it's a run-on text edit.
17-year-old Trey was the world's run-on sentence. Okay. Announcer voice. Last time on Apples and Oranges, we'll show scenes from the previous episode. Cut to theme song. Montage of the series. This will run for 30 seconds to a minute. Scene ends in fades of black. Screen pauses. Title screen. Title screen comes on. Scene opens up with an aerial view of standoff coming up on the 2 tanks firing towards the rocks. The camera...
I loved her work in the middle in The Little Mermaid, by the way.
Shut up. It's spelled wrong. Ariel is spelled wrong. The camera slowly pulls away. Tanks continue firing as the camera moves back, finally coming up on Jim. Jim has J-I capitalized. Cut to an over-the-shoulder third-person shot of Jim looking towards Noodle.
Fuck.
Same audio sound from last episode, but shown from Jim's point of view. Noodle is seen running to another rock as Jim, lowercase, continues to be pinned down. Jim waits for the turret to reload before looking over the rock. Jim climbs up and looks towards the turret. Turret fires, hits Jim. Jim screams in agonizing pain. Jim is crouching as he slowly turns and looks around and sees a sniper. He waits for the turret to reload, then he takes off running. As he runs, he looks back and sees blood on the rock. Holy shit, these aren't toned down bullets. They're real. Either that or... A computer type noise is heard coming from the suit. I don't know where that comes from. Jim, no. Our armor's powering down. Noodle! Noodle too far away does not hear Jim. Cuts to Noodle.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Noodle's too far away and doesn't hear Jim. So apparently they don't have telecommunications in their suit.
Well, no, because it says our armor is powering down.
Well,
so that's how they were communicating at the beginning.
I got it. Okay. I do want to stop real quick because the part where Noodle is running from rock to rock and there's all this action with Jim. Was this supposed to be funny or
no? This is all action. None of this is supposed to be funny.
Because the way I'm picturing it, the timing, like Jim climbs up and looks towards the turret. Turret fires, hits Jim. Jim screams in agonizing pain. Like, I don't know if you're doing many, like, because you didn't write it, and so I assume that this is all like one fluid shot. And just the way I picture the timing in my mind is so funny. Like I imagine the comedic timing would be so funny. And so then now it's funnier that this is serious. That's all I want to add.
Okay.
All right. Cuts to Noodle.
Noodle's too far away, does not hear Jim. Cuts to Noodle. Noodle is seen cowering, and I spelled seen as S-C-E-N-E. Is cowering behind a rock.
Wait, that's right.
No,
that's wrong. I was thinking, yeah, shit.
All right. So this.
Oh man, this is going exactly how we thought it would go.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy. I'm gonna hate this, but I'm excited.
Okay.
I sent this to fucking Caleb.
Wait. Oh. I love it.
Oh god damn it. That's a joke for just you and I.
Yeah, it is. That's great though. Okay. Noodle is seen cowering behind a rock. Okay, this is gonna hurt like hell, but I am a man. I can do this. Here we go.
Noodle runs from behind the rock, shooting towards the tank, screaming in a rage. The bullets just barely missing him. The tanks switch from their turrets to their cannons, but both barely missing them. Noodle runs, continues running around their tank as her cannon follows him. Noodle finally reaches the other side of the tank, causing the farthest tank to hit the other tank and explode it. Noodle, scared from the explosion, trips and shoots his gun. The bullets fire towards a propane tank that shoots forward and hits the tank. Cut to a scene in the distance. Would you want to parse something?
I just want to say that following that is a nightmare. I had such a hard time, and I honestly don't think I followed it very well.
So
I'm making some noise real quick. I'm throwing a pop filter on my microphone.
No, you're good. So let me try and parse what's going on here. Is that basically Noodle was trying to get the other tanks to shoot each other, and I guess whenever that didn't work or worked, that Noodle shot an explosion tank on accident, like a propane tank, and that like shot forward towards the tank.
You said tank so much that I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to parse whatever this fucking script gave us.
All right, let's yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cuts to a scene in the distance where we see a giant explosion. We'll use Forge for this. Forge is essentially like Halo 3's Sandlot mode.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking. All right, cuts back to Noodle.
Holy crap. Colonel Stewart is going to be mad at me.
Noodle runs off. So that Noodle runs off. Noodle runs off is written in the same line as dialogue.
In the same text, in the same format. I was about to read it.
You know what's wrong? I'm probably going to have to post this on the website so people can see how fucking bad this script is.
I love it. I love it. What's funny is it's not outside the realm of possibilities with how dumb you've written Noodle that he would say, Noodle runs off and then runs away.
That would be actually even better than what I wrote. Okay.
Oh my God.
Cuts back
Noodle runs off.
Cuts back to Jim, who is seen, again, SCENE, with the sniper rifle shooting from behind the rock. Damn it. I can't get a clear shot with him shooting like this. Jim continues firing at the turret each time it reloads. As Jim goes to reload, we hear Noodle off screen.
What you doing, Jim?
Jim's scared. Holy shit, you're alive. What happened to the tanks?
I kinda sorta blew him up. But I swear this time it really was an accident.
Whatever, I don't care, Noodle. We are in real danger. Our suits have powered down. We can't take hits like the Colonel said.
Wait, you mean I just ran out there against two tanks with basically no armor?
Noodle faints. Fuck! No, Noodle, I need you. No, wake up. Fuck! Jim looks over to the rock as the turret is reloading. Camera zooms in on a fusion coil next to the turret. Ah!
Okay. All right. Sorry, just keep going. I'm not even going to say it.
Jim fires, and camera slow-mo follows the bullet all the way to the fusion coil. As soon as it hits, we cut to the explosion from a front view. Fuck yeah! Take that, motherfucker!
Oh, God.
Colonel Stewart comes up behind Jim. Colonel Stewart. Congratulations. I didn't think you two could do it without the armor strength. What the fuck happened? We could have been killed. What kind of organization are you running here? Calm down. The Covenant knocked out some of our satellites which controlled certain functions of this facility. I was on my way to let you two know, but you had already accomplished the mission. How did the Covenant manage to knock out our satellites? Aren't they protected? We aren't sure. Things are worse than ever now. What do you mean you aren't sure? Listen here, Private. Don't go around questioning things that don't involve you. Just follow your orders and let us do our job. Jim walks away towards Noodle. Jim leans down to Noodle. Hey, Noodle, wake up. Wake up. Hey, Noodle, wake up.
What happened?
You fainted. You okay now?
Oh my God, am I really expected to read this shit?
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh God. All right,
You want to read my line again?
Yeah, I'm getting back into character. Read your line before this.
Okay. You fainted. You okay now?
Yes. My I can't fucking do this.
Do it.
Yes. My testicles feel full though. I mean my bladder. Wait, I forget. Which one controls?
Okay, shut up. You're fine. You know, you're lucky. You're one lucky son of a bitch.
I like to think so. So what exactly happened to our armor?
The Colonel said the Covenant destroyed our satellites, but I'm not buying it. Everyone knows those are heavily protected. Something's going on, but I have no proof.
Right.
Come on, recruit. Let's go get some rest. Jim and Noodle are seen walking off, Noodle talking.
Did you see how badass I was taking on those tanks? I was like a fucking ninja or a frog. Meow. What the fuck? What?
We see Jim towards Noodle. Wait, hold on. I'm going to read that again. I'm so drunk. We see Jim turn towards Noodle as they are walking off in the distance. Cuts to the Colonel on the radio. General Rios.
What do you mean they survived?
I'm not sure. They were both alive when I got back. Both tanks were in pieces, and the automated turret operator was destroyed.
We cannot allow this to go on any longer. I will come with something else.
I guess I was trying to say I will come up.
Oh, okay. I was like, that seems so, like, it's like an antithesis to the first thing she said. I'm going to start over. We cannot allow this to go on any longer. I will come with something else. Seems these two aren't as easy to get rid of as we thought. I will contact you in the morning.
Yes, sir. Fade to black. Credits roll. Scene back on Jim and Noodle walking away. Okay, Noodle. I get it. You're a badass because you took out 2 tanks. Now shut up.
Oh, you're just jealous because I'm better looking than you.
Noodle, we are wearing fucking armor.
Yeah, better looking armor.
Scene ends.
What a joke.
Thank you.
That's some hard-hitting writing.
Thanks. All right. Chapter 5. If I'm not mistaken, God, this should be the last chapter. Okay. You good?
I'm great.
Apples and Oranges. Book 1, Training Camp. Chapter 5, Wild Goose Chase. Announcer voice. Last time on Apples and Oranges, we'll show scenes from the previous episode, cut to theme song, montage of the series. This will run for 30 seconds to a minute. Scene ends and fades to a black screen. Pause, title screen comes on.
Oh, God.
We will open with a panoramic view of standoff, making sure to get some aerial shots, I got it right this time, of the carnage from the destroyed tanks. We will cut to the inside bunkers and slowly move the cameras down the hallway. We'll cut to Colonel Stewart. So what do you two...
No. That's not what you wrote.
What?
You said we'll cut to Colonel Stewart. What you wrote as 17-year-old Trey is, we'll come on Colonel Stewart.
I just caught that. That was drunk me. Okay. All right, Colonel Stewart.
Drunk you is way better at reading than 17-year-old is you.
At writing.
Oh, man.
All right. So what do you two have in mind, sir?
Seems these two
Wait, hold on, I read that wrong. So what do you have in mind, sir?
Seems these two have passed the test we have given them, and to prevent any further damage caused to our training facility, I suggest we send these two off on a special mission of their own.
This is in quotation mark.
Why is all of that in quotations?
I guess in my mind, that was my way of denoting that they should, like, do quotation marks physically, but again, it's a machinima, so it's not like we can fucking...
So how is that possible? Oh,
right.
Man.
All right, here we go. Where should we ship them?
There's an old run down there in Sandtrap. It's no longer any use to us. However, the Covenant make routine stops there to store supplies and other things. We'll send them there. There is no way they'll survive the Covenant. And if they do, the heat will surely get them. But just for a little insurance, make sure their gas lines has no leaks. If you know what I mean, Colonel Stewart.
No, I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what I mean. Make sure their gas lines has no leaks.
Oh my God.
And that's not me drinking. That is how it's written.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Cuts to Jim walking into the bunker while this audio plays. Colonel Stewart. Yes, sir. I understand. I'll have them shipped out as soon as possible. What do you mean you'll ship us out? Where are we going?
Ship? I love ships.
You two have passed each test we presented you with, and we were not fooling when we said, you two have been selected for the special training. You two are now a part of our new program. No longer will you two be just another couple soldiers. No, you two are our new agents. You will switch from grand-scale battles to infiltrating where we need you to. Hey, hold on. I didn't agree to this. I'd rather be back where I belong, leading my team to victory. Maybe you should stop living in the past, Jim. You, for a lack of better word, you fucked up. You fucked that up. When you failed to follow your orders as prompted. Jim gets in Stewart's face. I did what I felt was right. I refused your orders because they were corrupt. Corrupt? Corrupt? The only corruption was your refusal, soldier, who refused. Wait, hold on. Let me read that again. The only corruption was your refusal. Soldiers who refuse to follow orders makes all us higher authorities question your motives. Oh my god, the grammar is so horrible. Recruit, make us question whether or not you still fight on our side.
What?
Wait, hold on. Let's try and piece this because that was hard to read. I'm gonna read this normal.
It's hard. It is hard to read.
All right, so corrupt. The only corruption was your refusal, comma. Soldiers who refuse to follow orders makes all us higher.
No. Soldiers who refuse to follow orders, comma.
Makes all us higher authorities question your motives, recruit.
Comma, recruit, comma.
Makes us question whether or not you're still fighting on our side.
I don't even know. I don't fucking know.
I think what it's trying to sow the seeds of doubt of like are you with us or are you working against us? So, okay, and Jim picks up. No, it makes me question what you higher authorities are really doing. Noodle.
Excuse me.
Jim and Colonel Stewart simultaneously. What?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Noodle. I have to pee. Where are the bathrooms?
Jim walks off in disgust. Over there, down that hallway.
Thank you.
Fade to black. Screen comes on, letting us know it's later that day. Alright, you two will be shipped via Hornets to the top of Avalanche, in an area known as Snowbound.
Veto.
Okay, so here we go. Snowbound was a map that... let me go back a little bit further. In Halo 3, there was a voting system that you could select...
That's what I thought you were getting at. Okay.
There was a voting system that you could select what map should be the next one to be played, and everybody hated Snowbound. So this was a meta joke of saying we're going to be shipped out to Snowbound, and then Noodle just goes, veto!
I hope I delivered it right.
You did. Colonel Stewart. What? Just ignore him. You two will work your way down the mountains into the buildings alongside the mountain. From there you will come out Rat's Nest, where you will find a mongoose to transport you to Sandtrap. That'll be your final destination. Wait, we're going to Sandtrap? First off, that base is abandoned. No one goes there anymore, except for the routine Covenant stops. Going there is suicide. Second, can't take the Hornets all the way. Can't take the Hornets all the way. I'm afraid not. Your presence at Sandtrap must not be known. Your mission is to go there and find out what exactly the Covenant are doing there. Luckily for you, our scouts have noticed that Covenants never come down with the full force. They only send 2 or 3 elites at the most to do their bidding. But even so, 2 elites is hell. 3 is nearly impossible. The only information we know is the Covenant have found something there that they're mass producing. Go there and find out what it is. And how will we get back once our mission is complete? The same way you two make your way back. I'm reading it exactly as it's written. The same way. You two make your way back to the base of Avalanche Radio. And we'll send 2 Hornets to pick you up. Also, in case you two, one word, get lost, I'm trusting Noodle with the coordinates. Jim and Noodle.
What?
No.
I'm not so sure that is a good idea. I'm not good at keeping up with things.
You've got to be kidding me. No, this is the truth. Most likely recruits, you will do all the fighting. Wait, no, this is the truth. Most likely recruit, you will do all the fighting due to your experience. Therefore, your death chances are higher than Noodles. If you were to die, Noodle will still be able to complete the mission. This is bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. No hard feelings.
Jim.
Yeah?
I told you, we were partners.
Come on, Noodle, let's go. Jim and Noodle walk off, while Noodle starts humming epic theme music. The camera zooms out. Finally, it zooms back in. And... Noodle, what are you doing?
I don't know, I just felt like epic theme music was needed.
Stop that. In scene rolls credits to Noodle humming epic music.
What's the epic music you thought?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know. In chapter 1, no extra scene.
Dang, you ended book 1 without an extra scene.
God damn it, dude. So what are your thoughts?
It's all in all not bad.
No, shut the fuck up.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
People who respect me will listen to this.
Oh, man. If anything, it's proof that anybody can cook. I mean, Chef Cousteau in Ratatouille was right.
Oh my god.
Anyone can write.
This started with me taking a shit.
And look where you got now.
Fucking hell.
It could be said that your stream is predicated on this.
It really is. That's not an exaggeration. This is where I first learned to be creative.
I don't even know what to say.
I think this is where we say goodbye. I guess we're gonna see how this goes. If people like this, we'll continue reading to.
Yeah. I mean, if you end up, what's our timestamp right now?
We're at an hour and 15 minutes, and if I remember correctly,
that's not bad at all.
Every chapter or every book took about that long.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. This can be one episode. I'm only hoping that we can do this for every book.
I'm totally down.
Are you gonna break it up? Do you think, or?
Oh yeah, I think that's one episode right there, and then we'll
perfect because that's good time, and that was a good time.
We'll leave people hanging for next week.
Oh, and the cliffhanger is real.
Thank you so much for listening,
next
everybody.
Time on Apples vs. Apple. Damn it!
You know what my actual hope for this is?
What?
That this somehow gets back to fucking Bernie Burns.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
In an effort to show him how his life has influenced yours.
Oh my god.
Next time on Apples and Oranges.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Too good.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I am Trey from TheTapStream. If you enjoyed me, you can find me at TheTapStream on every social media platform doing everything that you could imagine. I always post clips on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I have a website, TheTapStream.com, where you can go and find the podcast, the blog, a comment section for the podcast, because give me your worst, and a link to the Discord if you would like to join this lovely community. I do stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on Mixer.com/TheTapStream. And again, another plug for my good friend DearChristopher. He streams on Mixer as well on Sundays and Mondays. I think generally around 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not 100% sure on that, but of course, Mixer.com/DearChristopher. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We will be back next week with Book 2 of Apples and Oranges. And honestly, I know I always end every episode with asking people what the highlight of their week was. It's got to be this. It honestly has to be reading this with DearChristopher. As painful as an experience as it is also a time capsule back to early days of Trey. And for better or worse, I'm glad that we have it. So, but what about you? At TheTapStream on any social media platform, let me know what's been the highlight of your week. I'd love to hear from you. # TheTapStream highlight. I'll see you next week, everybody. Keep celebrating.